951.
We expect to be fighting for the podium.
Oh, Cameron got me. 200ths of a second. He's really good in these cars.
Boy, Cameron Sarton came up by 2 100ths. How rude.
Saw that.
How rude.
Stage is at 80, so we're pitting 40.
Okay.
No caution will come out, but just cut it in half.
Okay. Let's see. Bring up this. Bring up that.
I think I got everything.
This.
Oh, broadcast.
5 cars left to grid.
Before, let's start off on the inside lane next to Zachary Lovelace in the 33, appropriately enough.
Starting up
They
front.
round out row number 2. Trey Jackson in the 5 rounds out the top 5 as Cameron Sarton has actually just dropped out due to a packet loss.
Oh, Cameron Sarton dropped.
On his end. He does have...
He did reconnect.
If I had to guess, maybe about a minute left to actually, no, he might not have a minute left. We'll see. Travis Jackson, Trey Jackson starts off in 5th. Travis starts in 6th. 7th place is Tony Brent. Just outside is the 15th Chris Chavez Ezri.
He was not able to grid.
Starts off in 9th. 10th place being rounded out by the 77 of Larry Griffin. The 101 of Philip Chavez starts off in 11th with the 13 of Hunter Karsten starting on the outside lane. The 4 of Jeffrey Souza starts 13th. And his outside the place position is the number 3, there we go, of Ryan Lynch. William Duff in the 17 rounds out the top 15 with Jared Claude.
The guy that took the pole just lagged out.
In the number 46. Brian,
yeah, he reconnected, so
we skipped over Doug Pearson.
He'll still be racing.
Starts off in 17th.
Lead lap.
18th place of Brian Johnson.
They have to start from the pits, though, won't he?
19th. Running out the top 20 is...
Oh, yeah, true. So he probably will go down 1.
That leaves the rest of the field where John Darr, Jonathan Burt, and Heberly Telemac have not set a qualifying time. Cameron Sarton has dropped out. He will reconnect eventually. He's working currently on reconnecting.
That sucks. That should give you lane choice. At least I feel that way anyway.
Racing. Here is the championship standings.
Had a big controversy over that Noble recently.
At the stage.
I mean, he can't join anyway, so I mean, it is
so
what it is.
These points and of course the point order will change. We would have had a timing tower, but
alrighty, we're just in the restart zone here.
We'll see how things go. You see the 4 of Jeffrey Souza with 0 points. He did not start last week. However, he is starting this week, so he does have a chance to get some points on the board.
All right, man. The pace
There
car
it
is
is. I
in.
see it.
All right, man.
All right, ready.
Rush, but we made it.
Go.
Luckily, the pace car is going to make it into pit row. The hard left-hand turn.
Spun a little bit.
Flag is being waved. We are underway here at Atlanta.
Inside.
34 looking low. Gonna be at your left rear, at your door. He's gonna try a little bit of a slide, but you're gonna have to run off the high side to your inside, keeping you pinned up. Gonna try dragging you back just a little bit.
All clear, all clear.
You are all clear, sir. Let me get rid of that spotter for you. Okay. You're going to lead lap number 1, sir. Good job. There's a point your way. Now just stay consistent. Race management. You ain't got to, push if they challenge you. All you got to do is maintain. You still got nothing up for you. You're going to be clear.
Already here.
All the way down to backstretch to your inside.
Trying to outrace Brian McKenna.
Down on the white line. You're keeping them pinched down. There you go.
2 as we go down.
Still there, left rear.
For the second time.
Still there. Going to come off door. Side by side across the line.
With the
still the leader.
Racing. Luckily, Brian.
All right, he's down the white line.
On the top side. He's hung out.
He threw it in. He's going to try slider. He's coming up in front.
How long can he stay up there? I love how on the
There you go.
Just says
nice crossover. Outside. Right rear. Clear.
Side. That means it's going to be Brian McKenna going back.
Access denied.
Looks like he will just park it right there.
All right, back at your left rear.
Into the lead.
Back at your door.
Of course, for this,
He's all the way down in the bottom.
for this race, the stage ends.
You're going to try a little bit of speed again. He's going to try to slide up. Not clear.
I think that's an 80.
You got the runoff on your door.
In the race, and we'll be happy for the stage end.
Still there.
Caution will be thrown.
He's on the bottom line. You're pinched him down in the middle.
And just be at the
Got your left rear.
or whatever's closest, depending on
You're going to have the runoff.
our given.
He's going to pull you to your door. You're going to be able to lead that one also.
We'll go for 2 seconds, and suddenly it's side by side. Just as they started, it's cool.
Okay. Going to try another slider. Oh, watch the wall.
Let's take a look back through the
wall.
a little bit. Travis
33 inside. Here comes the 15 also.
15
I'll take a look at your left, or I'll take a look at your right front here in just a second.
into the
15 still, left front. Now you got the 26 left rear.
We'll be falling back a little bit. The inside lane, very
26 door.
of course, the preferred line.
Still 26 door. Now left rear.
And as we have 2 by 2 down the front straightaway, Chris Chavez
You are clear low.
into the second place position, the 33 of Love.
All right, I'll go ahead and take a look at that
Top
that left front for you, or right front.
Going to make that work as best he can. Move the 15 up to P2, move the 33 up to, appropriately enough, position 3-trap start up to 4th place.
Gonna let my tires cool off.
He has relatively settled out for now. Luckily, Cameron Sarton is on track.
You got a bit of scrapage.
So he was able to make it.
Let's see if I can pan around here.
Looks like that display is unfortunately not working for this race. That is the number 1 of Cameron Sarton.
5 inside. You are clear.
Through mid-pack, taking a look at a few of the mid-pack battles. This is Jonathan Burt in the 6.
I don't see any separation between the hood and the fender, so it looked like I mean, there's definitely some scrapage, but I don't think it's going to be all that bad.
Temporary battle as we move further up. Corey Miller and Tony Burt side by side. Move himself up to position number 7, and just as we go into turn number 3, here comes Chris Chavez Essery to try and take the lead away. No bonus points for leading. It's just going to be 40 points for winning, 35 points for second, and then minus 1 point from every single position on down to, in this case, 23rd. So even if Sarton were to disconnect, he would still have, or have issues, he would still have points in the bag by the end of the race. Going to get the extra 5 points. It's going to be between Thorpe and Chris Chavez Essery here. Down the back straightaway they go. Nearly making contact entering turn number 1. Right on board 33 of Zach Lovelace, just watching this battle occur in front of them. I say them, I mean, it's technically, yeah, in front of Travis Scott as well. I was thinking on going on board with him. Let's see where he's at. Oh, just sitting directly behind Lovelace. Move the 15 up to the point, just like that. 10 laps in. Currently on lap 11 now. You'll see at the top left-hand side on the timing tower that you'll see the associate sponsors, effectively, of the...
You gotta look to the inside.
Association cycle through the night. Of course, butt kicker on the
Outside, right rear.
some racing setups.
Still there.
We take a look at the battle for P4. McCann
You are clear, sir. Good job.
used to the track conditions. And make a move on Travis Start on the inside lane off turn 4. Start on the defensive lane. Or at least as on the defensive.
Dart just took a turn hitting the wall.
Save a little bit of the tires and try and not hit the outside of the wall as he does there. It's the same thing that McCann did, and while McCann gets a little bit a chance to relax effectively as he goes away, charges ahead into P4, side by side between Trey Jackson and Travis Dart. Of course, with the outside lane on corner exit. And just see how close those getting to the outside wall, too. Some instances almost quite literally hitting the outside wall.
That looked like a really good exit.
The upper lane can carry just a little bit more momentum.
They are pushing real bad on exit. If I can figure out how to not push mid-corner.
Back up into the 5th place position. It's Trey Jackson down 1 position from where he had started, but it's still very, very, very early on in this race. It's still only lap 13 of 133, and even still the stage ends at lap 80. So that's still a lot to play for here in this event.
Like that, but less loose.
Your fastest 4 of the last 5 laps between the guy in front and the guy behind you.
Number Corey Moore there for a short while as he chases down.
Nice smooth entry.
He passes further in the back. That's Jonathan Burke getting by on the outside of Larry Griffin off turn 2. Very spread out. This is more of the race. This is the race where
you're faster than both.
You'd be in the way sometimes.
By more than a tenth that last lap.
Well, the car being quite literally in the way is the 33 being in the way of Brian McCann. Trying to utilize that tight side once again. Lovelace having the exact same idea though.
You're reeling them in.
And just that half a lane higher, you can listen to the throttle application here. I thought, let's ride on board for a 1 lap and take a look at the gyro cam too. Let's listen to the throttle riding again.
Sorry, Ryan, ran out of room.
Back to throttle application throughout the corners. Last lap is, in the grand scheme of things, about dead even. 700ths of a second advantage to Brian McCann. I did see on the timing tower that Bill Dart had actually lost a few positions. Not exactly sure.
There you go.
So I'm going to go ahead and
right side.
A replay.
You are clear. Good job. Way to make that work for you.
To the number 7.
Because I just had the same thing.
That is, if we were able to do so, that is still a live picture, but we'll try this one more time. And exactly what happened here, and we just caught it. It was off turn number 2. He slotted that side lane too quickly. Oh man, yeah, just understeer. And decided to pull it down to the apron just to get out of the way. So fair enough, and there's a lot of respect those two drivers, between all these drivers, really. I did see.
For some reason, I thought I could go wide open right there.
You're good. You're good.
Passed by the 34. There might have been a connection issue, just for a couple moments.
Got a good run off the corner right there. Gonna gain a little bit.
So luckily enough, Chris Chavez Essery doing very well leading the field here.
Don't be afraid to open up the wheel coming off the corners
as well.
Let it eat.
Love. Of course, there's a super speedway. The modern. That's what I'm looking for. It's not revamped necessarily. It might just be revamped. Nonetheless, though, I do appreciate the decision for
there you go.
The 2008 Atlanta, which is there's been 2 back-to-back super speedways, not the most enjoyable thing. So then they came up with this.
In the last 4 laps, you've gained 0.2.
And this is just absolutely.
The middle lane's faster.
Or having the left side tires on the white line, trying to control that car as best as possible. Despite all
And now they're taking your line away.
No doubt tire fall off that is occurring. The entire top 5 are still just within 1 second of each other. It's from first to fifth. It's all 1 second separating these drivers. It's practically nothing separating McCann from
Trying to make you tight.
from up above. Getting a much better look at seeing where all these drivers are running, what they're doing in terms of what lines they're running, and what they think is the best idea for their car at the
Not going to have the run this time.
on the top side. A lot of understeer.
I slid way too much. I'm not going to try this one.
Was on corner entry. You can see the gap visually closing.
Okay.
Half a car length, a quarter of a car.
I could get a much better
If
run.
you want to just ride, I actually get it. Working lap 23, coming to 24.
in a way, and
Yeah, we still got a bit.
very smoothly arcs it into
I shouldn't do anything crazy here.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
diamonding the corner just incredibly smoothly.
Big picture racing, Brian.
It's not something I'll be able to do, I can tell you that for sure. A bit of cloud cover here at Atlanta as well as overcast.
There's really no need to push. Just got to keep pace.
Let's take a look a little bit further back as well.
He is so mirror driving.
We're more in the number 84 machine, sitting currently in P6. He's got Trey Jackson, who is, I want to say he's doing damage limitation or damage control in a sense because
The top two have tried to wreck each other a few times. Eventually, it's going to happen.
and it's been 20.
Yeah, I've been watching that a little bit.
I think he's fine, to say the least. Another driver that is fine is Heber Lieutenant because Epperly moves up to the 13th place position, a little bit into the outside wall. A lot of loss of control as the Texas Speed, part of the 1/4 of the Texas Speed team, I believe, is Jared Claude, who has popped out of existence for just a little bit. Decides to pop back in and pop back out again. Oh, contact is made as well with Ryan Lynch. Fantastic car control as well by Ryan, who just saves it. Wonderful job. Wow, that is a save that we are 100% going to look at here in just a couple moments' time.
One and a half tenths in your pocket over the last 2 laps.
You realize, oh no, I'm going down low and I shouldn't be. Simply amazing car control by Ryan Lynch, though. Great save. As you come to lap 28 of 133. And just when we think the race is kind of strung out a little bit, well, everyone in the top 5 decides, no, it isn't. That definitely shows here as the 34 Thorpe. A little bit of a bobble, I think, on the inside lane, just a little bit. It does keep the car under control, slides right back in line, and they'll have nothing to go again down the front straightaway into turn 1, no doubt.
On the long run, these guys got nothing for you, Brian.
Well, a few laps ago I said that the top 5 were within a second of each other. They still are. It was about 9/10 of a second at the time. Now it's 7/10 of a second, which technically isn't much, but in the grand scheme of things, it is quite a lot. And another thing that was a lot is Trey Jackson, who made a move on Corey Moore, but slides right up the race.
34 is keeping up. Stay right there. You go.
Station though.
All right, inside.
Thorpe again. Now doesn't have the option to slide behind the 15. Here comes
On your left front.
around the outside lane.
Oh, he's pinchy.
Oh man, I thought he was going to side draft. I thought he was going
You're clear.
to the behind the 34. I was going to turn the 34 mid-corner there, but they do manage to hang on. This does bring in both Lovelace in the 33 and the 20s.
There you go. You're going to have a little bit of a run here. Taking it. No. Okay. You checked up.
Too risky.
Okay. I get it.
Just watching, seeing how things are going, letting the action play out, and the action is going to be for second place once again. McCann just sneaks his way to the outside lane.
I threw it into one. Had to
Anything with that?
just focus on saving.
Yeah, it's 34. Thorpe slides right back behind the 15 a little bit.
Yep, absolutely. That's all you got to do.
So,
And the more the 34 fights with you, though, the more Chris Essery gets away. That 15 starts to pull. And that brought Zach Lovelace right back to you.
to the inside, goes Uncle Thorpe again. He's been trying to go to the inside for the past couple of laps now.
You said you want to pit on lap 40, right?
It's just not
10 for you.
speed.
All right.
It's right on board Lovelace here as we watch the battle play out.
All right, you are all set. Coming to lap 34.
Broke free early that time.
Don't forget, before you come down pit road, correct any brake bias adjustments.
Yeah, this is getting hard to drive at this moment. There ain't no reason to pass anywhere.
Thorpe is putting up a fight. Chris Chavez is still just able to stay
Yeah.
in front range. It's about half a lane high.
Might be beneficial to undercut him just so I can get track position.
It's the best possible to defend first place. And well, that's definitely working, that is for sure. But now everyone's strung out, not really able to, I was going to say, technically not able to make a pass. Of course, if you've been following, in fact, actually heavily starting to fall back on the outside lane on the entry to turn 4 now.
15 just bobbled a little bit. 34 is going to try going to the inside.
Perhaps a little bit of a bobble mid-corner, and I definitely saw at least.
Ooh, he gave it up.
We're staying up here in this lane. Doesn't exactly work out all the time, but not just not the most optimized corner entry. See how it's playing out for 88, but a bit of a check-in. There's number 1 of Cameron Sargent. He qualified in first place. Lost connection, missed the starting grid. And somehow he is not only in the lead lap, it's Brian Johnson. No, correction. Was that Ryan Lynch? Someone that was sliding off the corner, that is for sure. If it was, I did mention keep it in control, but for Cameron Sargent,
I think the play is the undercut.
trades paint.
Coming to lap 38.
The 88.
Am I ready to go in?
In the 17 of Duff at trade paint with the outside wall. Cameron Sargent.
2 laps, sir.
Initial start.
Do 1 lap short of 40.
There he is, just as if it never even happened. Cameron sitting 15th. Well,
Okay.
as if it didn't happen. It did happen.
Oh, can I get... I got to announce that
Not
I'm
this
going
time,
into...
next time.
Pit stop just for fun.
Next time, 10-4.
The 2 drivers in front, the 14 and the 4. 17 and the 4.
I'll have to announce it backstretch.
Souza is the first race of the season. Running a part-time schedule, if I remember correctly. William Duck trying to defend as much as possible. Defend against Souza. Won't defend against the number 1 machine of Cameron Sargent. Is Souza going to pit road? Yes, he is.
All right, go ahead and announce.
So to say, I wonder when the stops would start to occur. This is one of them. Jeffrey Souza, the first driver to blink. Does anyone else follow? It's going to be the next question. This is going to be the key thing to keep an eye on as we see position 1, position 2.
Good job, sir.
15:34. Chavez S3, Michael Thorpe. These two are still battling for the lead somehow, some way.
Where's my guy?
As Corey Moore has just missed the edge of pit entry. Is that going to be an unsafe pit entry
3, 2,
as determined by
1.
race control?
Right here.
Whew, thanks for the reminder.
In pit road, just a little bit ahead. There is in
80 car pit.
I guess the word 8 machine instead of the number 8 machine. I'm not sure exactly how that's supposed to work, but
He's talking about me.
anything cleared by race control? I don't think so. Corey Moore did just miss
that's
pit
it.
entry.
Ready, go, go, go.
The very tail.
No traffic behind.
28 pitting this time.
Does anyone else decide to go to pit road? Pfluger's
Watch the blend line.
Oh, yes, he does.
Outside.
8 machine of Pfluger will go into
We're gonna have one coming up. You're gonna be all clear.
It's a little bit.
Clear to merge.
55 miles an hour being the speed limit.
Pitting.
Awarded completion left.
Corey Moore still sitting in his pit box. It's been 35 seconds now, so if it's a 26-second
What lap did he say?
pit entry violation, as far as I know, for missing pit entry, for getting an unsafe pit entry, it is
You're working lap 42 right now.
Tony Brent just keeps it under control. Remember, Jeffrey Souza was the first driver to pit. He's currently 22nd on track, 1 lap down.
The car in front is pitting.
Kevin Sarton has gotten shuffled to 9th place. As of now, Doug Pierce has joined everybody else in pit road. And looks like hearing over the radio.
Not that we want it, but the precaution should come out right now. You are the first car 1 lap down.
If not, he stays out.
The leader just did a
34.66.
Six pitting now.
In pit road, we got Chris Chavez Esri, Michael Thorpe Jr., Trey Jackson,
All clear, all clear.
84. You call it.
as well as, I believe, Heavily Mac. Maybe just these three. Jonathan Burt as well has just gotten himself on pit road with quite a bit of right side damage.
You guys
They
hear
have
me? I thought I
had a little
did.
bit of a meeting with the outside wall that was quite unintended.
84.
The leader is sitting
Travis
now.
Start going to be the provisional leader, goes down into pit road. Travis Start stays out. Does anyone else follow?
My
Hunter
apologies.
Karsten looks like he has just somehow arrived at a rate of knots going into pit road. So now the drivers that have yet to pit are 1st through 7th as of right now. Everything, of course, is shuffling around, which is now 1st through 8th. And 1st through 9th. I'll get there eventually. There we go. So the top 10 have yet to pit.
The car
Does
behind
anyone
is
else
pitting.
decide to go into
You are back on the lead lap.
top 10? No doubt trying to maybe bank on a caution. Nearly the entire field you see is a lap down.
Pitting this time.
Correction, nearly
Gaining
half the
on the
field
car
is a
in
lap
front.
down, if
The
not
gap is
mathematically
4.8
half
seconds.
the field. Well, Chris Chavez is your provisional leader as of right now, and man, that 34 is
Pit, pit.
You beat the 2 that were in front of you
You're pulling
on and
away
off
from
the
the
pit
car
road.
behind. The gap
because he is still sitting 115, and if the caution does come out, well, technically everyone does get a waiver round. We see the 26 go to pit road. This is, I would say, for the provisional lead, and it pretty much is. The entire top 4 have gone to pit
46
road, so
pitting.
not only Travis Start, same with the 101 of Philip Chavez, Cameron Sarton.
If this is right, Brian, you're going to have a monster gap between you and Thorpe.
See where Sarton sorts some
We're talking 7 seconds.
You see the 93 in his pit box as well, with
Digging, man,
the
you're
Ghost
top
Racing
10.
logo on his car. Well, you see how everyone's shuffling through. See all the drivers on pit road, of course, with the word pit indicated next to them.
Got
So
one
you can
outside.
keep up that way. It's
You're gaining on the car in
it's quite a
front. The
challenge.
gap
It's
is
heavily
6.8
Brian Johnson stay
seconds.
out.
You're clear high,
Does
clear high.
Ryan Lynch go to pit road?
Sorry about that 27.
He does
So
not,
sorry about that. You all right?
surprisingly.
He'll run me back down to about 3 seconds. I'm just hoping where I'm what level off at.
Taking the
So
lead.
does
You're back
not
and forth.
hit.
Yeah.
Johnson currently
Well, just don't kill him. I'll keep an eye on the gap for you.
by Chris Chavez. Only took an extra 30-something laps in the pit stop.
Outside.
You're clear high.
So
Clear
John
high.
Dart has decided to retire from the race as well. Potentially too much damage on the 93, if I could think. So that moves Corey Moore up into the 21st position. In fact, Cameron Sarton had to go to pit road again. Wait a minute.
Brian Lynch and Brian Johnson and Ryan Lynch yet to pit.
For 54.8 seconds. Same goes for Corey Moore. Did he have a speeding violation, perhaps? Back here real quick to see.
Lynch is right there in front of you. Brian Johnson is 7 seconds ahead.
Nice
Just
day,
go
Brian.
And falling.
Long pit stop, and oh no, that's speeding on pit road. I could see it visually too. Same one for Corey Moore apparently at one point. They did not pit with Sark at that time.
All right, giving you the high line. P2, clear.
Well, the drivers that did pit are starting to catch up the drivers that didn't pit, and while the overcut, the
5 seconds up to P1.
just is not working out. That's why Lynch go to pit road. No, he's still holding out hope. Bill Dart has also not pit yet. So 3 drivers have yet to go to pit road. Brian Johnson, Ryan Lynch, and Bill Dart. Beverly Tarmac has gone to pit road, currently sitting in the pit box with a lot of right side damage. Oh, in fact, Chris Chavez has just dropped internet connection as well. We'll see if he is able to get back into the sim, but that puts him out of the running for the lead right now, and during green flag conditions especially, that is going to be...
Leaders 3.5 ahead.
7 pitting.
In fact, he dropped a few laps ago. He's been out for 3 laps. Scoring's been stopped 3 laps, so pretty much ever since we started looking at the replay, I think. Brian Johnson, the, I would say provisional leader, that has actually gone to the 8 of Brian McCann, who is the provisional leader. So the 20-1 of Brian Johnson, the
2.5 ahead.
on pit road. Bill Dart has just made his way onto pit road. Brian Johnson still has not pit. I would have pit that time if I were him. Does Ryan Lynch stay out as well? Yes, he does. Trying to hope for the best. To see Brian
Leaders dead ahead.
live on the stationary camera in the turn 1 entry. This is going to be huge for the stage points as well. Again, top 10 will get stage points from 10 points to first place, 9 points to second place, etc., all the way down to 1 point for 10th place. However, that's at lap 80, to my understanding. But
Tag the wall.
one more time if it wasn't lap 50.
All right.
That's definitely an 8 then.
New leader, 8 car.
It's the end of the stage, the completion of lap 80. And well, move the 8 up to P1.
All right, you got
Ryan McCann has suddenly just
7 seconds back to Lovelace.
burst of momentum. Not only, not quite literally, but
8 back to Ryan Lynch.
it's literally. So I'm
Okay.
working on words today.
You got a good lead here, sir. So basically, just kind of where you settle in and just go to race management mode. You don't need to stretch it out.
Ryan McCann, 5-second gap. These two had pit 3 laps apart. Ryan McCann had pit 3 laps before Michael Thorpe Jr. So he's been out for about 3 laps longer. Same goes for Trey Jackson putting on the same lap as Brian Johnson. Ryan Lynch has he gone to pit road? Surprisingly, no. In fact, I could have sworn we had a graphic for this as well. Ah, there we go. So this is what you see now on the timing tower is how many laps these drivers have been out. Or basically how long the drivers have been since they have last pit. Got there at the end of the day. Partially. And you see Brian Johnson and Ryan Lynch have yet to pit 55 laps. I wonder if they will decide to go to pit road. Does Ryan Lynch? Now he gets passed by
Yeah, when you
Tony
got
Brett
bottom here,
though.
we want it.
See all the variances of strategies. I see Philip Chavez, who pit 9 laps ago, compared to Jeffrey Souza, who pit 16 laps ago. Lynch just letting everybody through, trying to make those tires last, trying to bank on the caution, trying to not go lap down, but I don't know. At this point, I think it's worth coming in. He has Ryan Lynch has 4 seconds in between him and Jeffrey Souza, who is 11th. I don't think he's going to be staying in the top 10 to get those stage points.
Yeah,
Brian Johnson has a very solid chance of getting stage points, but it's a very bold strategy. Let's see if we can make it that long, too. We will see. S4 will make his way through on the inside lane, and look at the 33. Just slides up in front of his teammate. 33 of Lovelace moves up to 3rd. Brian Johnson goes back down to 4th. That teammate is Jared Clogg in the 46. He is 1 lap down. See, Heavily Telemac is still in pit road and has been for the past 5 minutes, 15 seconds.
All clean track in front of you, sir. 5 seconds back to P2.
Best race for now. About 10 laps down, but points.
Let's hope it pays off.
Points still at play as William Duff.
That's a
just
3-lap undercut.
the 80 of Victor
Let's hope we get closer to 1.
Larry Griffin. The difference of about 5 laps of a pit stop as, nearly making contact of the 77 and the 80. Went out a few paint scrapes. There is the 8 of Brian McCann.
Just manage your tires.
0.3 seconds ahead of everybody else. Pictured here is everybody else.
Let them charge and try to catch you. You're holding them at between 4.5 and 5 seconds.
Really impressive. Like I see Michael Thorpe Sr. cheering on his son, Michael Thorpe Jr.
It's all going to equal out.
Considering how well Thorpe has been running for this.
Been fighting that whole time to get the car balanced again.
Of course. Absolutely impressive.
Got it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think I finally got the rights equal.
That's the 21st place car right ahead of you.
Johnson under threat to no longer be at the top 10. He made it about an extra 10 laps or so. A little bit more than Ryan Lynch. Those two are about to be running together, actually. About 5 seconds separate those two drivers between Johnson and Lynch, the last 2 drivers that have yet to pit. And Ryan Lynch might be about to get, he's definitely about to get passed here by Jeffrey Souza.
Lost a little bit on that.
For Jeffrey Souza, running part-time on the schedule, he moves himself into the top 10. Started, I believe, about 16th, 15th, around there, and well, look at him now in the top 10 on the track to get 1 point already.
There it is.
Ryan McKinnon continues to lead. We will not be going to a break, but we will be showing you the points coming into this race. They will be updated momentarily after the stage. Let's take everything out here as we temporarily switch to a more scenic view to showcase everything. In fact, Brian Johnson just got passed for 9th place.
A little looser that time.
So Phil Chavez goes to 8th. Brian Johnson.
He gets you a little bit on the exit.
Place position.
By about half a tenth. Maybe a little bit more.
Taking a quick look at the championship points coming into this race. Andrew Medlin, who was not able to make this race, also part-time.
That tells me he's either backing up his entrance.
These points will be updated.
Or he's pushing a little bit harder, which is going to eat up his tires. 3.5 back now.
Get this up one more time. The top 12 going into the playoffs will be fighting it out to go to championship 4.
That right rear has really given out the last 2 laps.
Well, we still have a chance as well.
I was fighting tightness. Now I'm fighting looseness.
You see everything here on your screen as Brian Johnson falls down to 15th and further as he decides it's finally time to go to pit road. And you see that correctly with the Championship 4. The Championship 4 drivers will be racing it out in the final 2 races, which I think is a absolutely brilliant decision. It shows once again at the end of the event. To check back in with Brian McKellen with the word 8. I still know how to refer to.
You beat him on exit there.
Technically, he does have the number 8 on top of his car, but he also has the word 8 on the side of his car. So I wonder if there's any.
He's trying to figure my car out.
Case of
He beat you on exit off of 4.
in this case.
So you got him off of 2. He's got you off 4. What's that?
And
He's trying to figure out my car.
speaking of numbers, to get this thrown up
It's like the word 8.
right now. Take a look at the last lap time between Brian McCann versus Michael Ford Jr.
Yeah, I believe he's going to pass me before 80.
Of a second of a difference, with 15 laps to go in the stage, coming to 14 laps to go. Thorpe is
If he does, you're still in a good position for stage points.
this gap. Not only that, he's bringing a couple friends with him in the form of Zachary Lovelace and Travis Starr. Eric Claude still sitting behind Lovelace. Yes, it is. Keep the graphic between first and second up on your screen as we take a look through the field just a little bit. That gap's slowly closing.
They're actually going to be about even on that lap.
Travis Starr sitting up in 4th place once again. So within the top 5 just about. He had a really solid first half of the race so far, and he's doing absolutely fantastic as well. Still managing to stay in
He was faster by about half a tenth.
of course.
So that was actually really, really good. You gain time down the backstretch.
Second at the start-finish line. Advantage goes to Thorpe by, if I had to eyeball it, about 400ths of a second last time around. Keep in mind that is the
I pushed the right rear too hard that last lap.
lap time.
He gains a little bit off of 4, so same thing.
Also in 5th place with number 5. No pressure for him right now. He's got about a second.
You're better in 1 and 2. He's better in 3 and 4.
Himself and the 28 of Tony Brent, which I absolutely love.
I'm in the lap 70 next time.
In that red color. I guess it's more of a maroon technically. But Brent is under fire from the 13 of Hunter Carston, winner of the Clash at Five Flag Speedway. No points along the line. It was just an exhibition event. However, doesn't mean Carston isn't running well. The gap has stagnated between Brian McCann and Michael Thorpe Jr. 11 laps to go until the stage completes. Again, no cautions at the end of the stage. Once we get to the end of the stage, it's just we still keep going, and that's it. Ryan Lynch, is he finally going to pit road after just about 70 laps? Depending on where he goes, depending on where his pit box is.
You're extending your gap a little bit.
Finally decide, all right.
34 and 33, they're nose to tail, so no fight between them right now. Then you're holding serve.
For Ryan Lynch, if he's maybe unable to make it into the second half of the race, we'll see how things go. But he did cross the start-finish line, by the way. 70 laps on his tires officially.
You guys are actually running just about the same line. He's a little bit lower in 3 and 4, opening him up on the exit of 4.
Where's your car good?
And yeah, you guys are actually about running the same line. He's staying in the 2nd to 3rd groove. You're a little bit higher than he is through 1 and 2.
Station still 2nd, 3rd, Travis Starr 4th.
He bobbled a little bit right there. You're going to gain some time.
Wow. And you saw the backfire as well. That was Travis Starr letting off the throttle going, oh no, that's the outside wall, and it's approaching a lot faster than I would like. Dare I say the forbidden words?
Lap 73.
Sports. Not yet. I'm gonna wait until the end of the stage, and then I'll say it. But if you know...
2 seconds back.
I'll say we had a certain,
Try to go where this lap down car is not.
a certain
That way he's not dumping any dirty air on you.
consistently, throughout this event. I wonder if that would count as a commentator's curse whatsoever.
Still 2 seconds back, coming to lap 74.
We'll see how things go in the next 7 or so laps. And the Lovelace is deciding, you know what? It'd look a lot better if the 33 were in front of the 34 numerically. So at 8:33, then 34, for the top 3 at the end of the stage. However, tires have
Car joining the track.
immediately.
You are clear.
I think Travis Scott was just the outside wall as well. So stagnating, but for good reason, and that's in the sense of he's
Still just about 2 seconds back. Coming to lap 75.
That is Victor Fluger on the apron. Did he nail the outside wall by chance? Look in car. Now just a slow pit entry. It's been 32 laps since Fluger had last hit, since Victor Fluger last pit. Wonder if that damage on the outside of that car is new. Well, have a chance. We'll go. It's back, taking it.
Back to 1.9, lap 76.
So it's one lap beforehand. A little bit of a slide. Ah, that's what it was.
He's now all the way down on the white line on both ends of the track. You're gaining a little bit of time.
Nothing to do with the 20.
That didn't work for him. He's hunting.
Do with the grip. Did Fluger get the tires on the apron? No, but he did slide a little bit and nails the outside wall. That looks like a very soft hit in comparison.
You're back over 2 seconds.
We did take a look to see if his steering was bent. It doesn't look like it. But he did decide, yeah, you know what, I'll just stay on the apron, play it safe. So great sportsmanship in the form of all the cars around him and making sure that doesn't take anybody else with him.
Yeah, he's got nothing for you off at 2.
Second, Lovelace still third, Dart still fourth, and still first is Brian McCann. 3 laps to go until the completion of the stage. Dare I say, with a
Back over just slightly over 2 seconds again.
McCann is very
He's still going to the bottom of the track.
well. He's fallen back to the 8th position, not getting passed by Corey Moore. Cameron Sarton, by the way, 1 lap down in 15th. Still running in this race. And in fact, Bill Dart has decided to call the day as well. He has just gotten out of his car. So both John and Bill Dart are out. Chris Chavez, by the way.
Coming to lap 79, 2 seconds back.
Chris Chavez had an internet connection issue about 30 some odd laps ago. He has not been able to reconnect in some way, shape, or form. Stage points in 2 laps, says race control. So at the completion of lap 80, not on lap 80, but the completion of lap 80, we'll be seeing those stage points awarded. And I'm not going to go to race control and ask him to hopefully let us know who is where at the stage for
Coming to lap 80,
things change.
on lap 80, I should say.
A very close on that.
Yellow should come out beginning of next lap.
In
No caution.
stage. No caution will be coming
1.8 back, Brian.
completion of the stage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you said no caution, didn't you?
Dropped about 0.3 of a second. I say that it goes immediately back up to 1.8.
So we're just gonna see when he pits.
Well, here we go.
Okay.
Wants to start finish line out of turn number 4. Brian McCann.
Well, he's got to announce it on the backstretch, you said, right?
2 hits
Yep.
tally. Michael Thorpe Jr. goes second. 4th place, Lovelace. 4th, Travis.
All right.
5th place, appropriately, Trey Jackson. Tony Bannon, 6th. 7th, Karsten. 8th, Philip Chavez. 9th
What line do you
will
want to
be Jeffrey Souza once he makes his way around across the
Inside.
start finish line. And then 1.4 seconds behind him is
There you go.
William Duff. That is your top 10 in the stage.
All right, outside.
Stage points awarded says
Right rear, clear.
We'll do a tally of that. Apologies if there are any visual issues there for a few moments.
Still 2 seconds back. Good job on max stage points, sir.
Thank you. Who is it we need to keep on? Love, Zachary and Mike.
That
All right.
slowly but surely starting to come down.
Mike Thorpe and Zach Lovelace. Travis Dart is 3.5 back, and Trey Jackson is 7 seconds back. That's the top 5.
Going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break, but you won't miss
Just cannot get undercut here.
Timing Tower Tuesday.
So do you have my stuff ready?
Riding on.
I need a windshield tear off too.
When you get back on, Travis, I'll let you by.
Yep, I got you ready. Yeah, yep, I already got you. I didn't take it away that time.
As long as I'm
You
just
need to let
holding
me
what I
know when
got
you're
right
going
now.
to. That
No.
way I can turn your spotter back on to count you down to your pit.
10-4. Ain't no reason to. All right, maybe next time. Travis is far back enough where it's all right.
Okay.
I just can't let somebody come out in front of me.
Yeah, Travis is 5 back.
So maybe not this lap, next lap. It's getting tough to drive.
Okay.
I do want to
No doubt.
maximize my tires though.
With the Buck Digger Gamer 2,
Oh,
what you see
Turning your spotter back on.
here is what you feel.
one more? I think I can do one more.
Buck Kicker,
Okay.
the future is feeling.
That'd be 15 plus 33. What is that?
Don't forget to adjust your brake bias.
48.
15 and 33 is 48.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are.
I'm gonna stay out.
We're a beautifully diverse group of people dedicated to driving fake great cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front.
Still 1.8 back.
Nonsense.
So you're holding serve.
These NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions.
I'll just have to outrun Travis. I'm afraid of these other guys here.
We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies.
They might be waiting on me to go in.
Okay.
I'm pitting this time.
Okay. You're all set. I got your spotter turned back on to count you down.
Back live. Apologies for the
That's what it was. They were waiting on me.
vital missing entire portion of the broadcast, but good timing because here comes Brian McCann and Michael Thorpe Jr. into pit road, and just diving in, it's going to be Trey Jackson, and somehow Tony Brent keeps under control. Philip Chavez in the 101 does not keep it under control, crashes in pit road. Is that day done? It is. Yes, it is. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I saw the smoke from the engine, and that leaves Zachary Lovelace and Hunter Karsten in first and second.
All right, ready?
That's it.
It's
Go.
going to be very
Come. Don't speed.
Two drivers started first
The leader
and
is sitting
second.
now.
Have been running first and second. Thorpe is going to be the one that is hanging
Watch the blend line.
a bit longer. Brian McCann with a 14.8 second stop. Michael, Brian McCann with a 14.8 second stop. Michael
All
Thorpe
clear,
Jr.
all
with
We're gonna
a
have 2 coming up outside.
Outside.
are
Come on up. Top line is occupied. Top line's clear.
William Duff, the provisional leader in a sense. He'll make his way around. All eyes are going to be on Travis.
Clear 46.
He's made his pit stop already and has jumped ahead of Brian McCann. That same strategy, also 14.7 second stop. Very, very interesting. So on pit road, Travis Dart, actually, correction, he pit 3 laps ago. That's why. He pit 3 laps before Brian McCann. So the undercut had worked out. We saw at the very end that Travis Dart had gone to pit road, granted the commercial break. And what do you know, the undercut may have worked, but for how long is the real question.
Go, Brown.
pitting. Good car pitting.
First and second were last on pit road, lap 42 and 45. This is a battle for the lead right here.
77 pitting this time. 17 pitting this time. 17.
Clear upside.
Hear how gentle.
He pit 3 laps before you, Brian, so he's going to fall up a little bit. He's going to fall off a little bit before you, so you don't have to push too hard.
To Jonathan Burt. Not a lot of traffic.
But you still want that. You want that clean air.
7 laps. He might change his mind. Now he does. And pit road goes the number 6 machine.
Still you're inside.
Side by side across the line, around the outside, the 8.
All right, let him get into conserving mode. There you are. You are clear.
This is now for the lead of the race.
All right, now just race maintenance.
And now that the stage is over, I can probably finally say, officially, very, very impressive that we have not yet had
Clear.
caution. I think saying yet may have just jinxed it, but we will see if the Comcast course decides to come to fruition or not this afternoon.
Save, save, save.
84 pitting. 84 pitting.
It's all going fine before the pit stops occurred, and well, Thorpe just been caught on the back end. Currently sits third, which of course isn't an awful thing, but compared to sitting directly behind, at least a little bit directly behind Brian McCann before the first pit stops, then 2 seconds behind, and kind of wavering a little bit before the second round of pit stops most recently. Now he's 3.7 seconds off. Travis Bart in very, very prime position to slow down Brian McCann if he does decide to do so, in the sense of running side by side. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but it does a lot.
Dart's now just about 4/10 behind. Mike Thorpe is 4 seconds behind. Same as Zach Lovelace, 4.5 behind. Trey Jackson, which is P5, almost 10 seconds back.
Just a little bit faster at the start-finish line was Brian McCann by 0.05 of a second. In fact, if I want to be more precise, 0.048 seconds. I think that's if I'm reading that correctly. If not, then it's 0.052 seconds across the start-finish line. That time by across the start-finish line 2/10 faster was Brian McCann. The number 8 machine is just on a entirely separate level.
Phew.
It's absolutely impressive.
All right, you were 2/10 faster than
This
P2 that last lap, Brian. If you don't have to be that fast, you don't have to do it.
look at them running.
Gotta watch your tires.
He was 27th in the points, technically speaking, coming into this event.
You trying to tell me to go slower?
I am. Slow down to go faster later.
It's absolutely amazing.
It ain't easy to slow down.
That's what is being done so far by the 8 machine.
Oh, I know it.
There's
That's the problem I have.
anything, probably everything does happen. We'll see how things go in time.
All right, you got a full second over Travis Dart, 3.5 back to Mike Thorpe, 3.5 back to Zach Lovelace. Got 36 laps to go. 35.
A bit of a behind-the-scenes sneak peek as well, just to break the fourth wall a little bit. Currently, running through and updating the points as of the stage. I thought that just doing math was a little bit difficult. I hear a certain someone is coasting, and that might be the 27 of Brian Johnson. That's right on board.
Looks like he's going to stay predictable and stay low. You're going to have to clear line. Clear.
Let's take a look back at the brewing battle for P3. Zachary Lovelace and Michael Thorpe Jr. These two have been seeing each other all race. I wonder if they're getting tired of seeing basically almost the exact same matte gray car, just in two varying styles. Especially one number apart. Of course, Lovelace, a part of the Texas Speed team. Michael Thorpe Jr., part of the Guardian Autosport team alongside Hunter Karsten. So, two different teams, relatively the same paint scheme, one number apart. You would think they'd be on the same team. They are not.
Damn. It's right there in the run where it's weird. It gets tight right here, but then it'll get loose.
Johnson has fallen back to the
Gotcha.
position. This is the closest
But
battle.
I can't let it get
2.6
tighter.
now over Travis Dart. 3.8 and 4 seconds flat.
At the same time, anything can, and
I got to drive it harder to get it on the right rear.
held up a little bit by Brian Johnson. Not to Brian Johnson's fault. A little bit slow mid-corner as Johnson is definitely struggling.
You got to get
There we
Ryan.
go.
The first tires, he hasn't picked for the last
That's what I got to do. I got to get it on the right rear sooner.
7 laps ago.
Okay.
So roughly about lap 75.
31 to go.
I think, but it's not lap 80. That's just math off the top of my head as well.
We just barely got enough fuel for race.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about fuel.
Well, I mean, if a caution comes out and green, white checker, everybody's going to have to go down pit road.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's pitting. Caution comes out.
I say let's ride on board for a few laps and take a look at the lap times between both of these drivers.
It's still tight, though. That's impressive. Lap 17.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, because it was super loose at the end of that last run. We got to go, what, 47 or something here?
Well, now you know what to expect, though, as the run goes along.
Oh, yeah.
Thorpe has not caught Travis Dart yet. He's only about 0.6 behind. Once they get to battling, you might be able to extend your gap out a little bit.
Where's he
Looks
going?
like he's giving you the low side. There you go.
I wanted the top side. How's this bottom side work?
Outside, right rear, clear.
That was a Hail Mary. I had no idea what to do there. Luckily, it did not get loose.
As we continue to ride on board, just listening to the engines with throttle control.
Right.
Seeing Travis Dart getting brought back into this battle as well. So as of right now, with
The right front is getting a little bit more wear
All
on
right,
this
Thorpe
run.
has caught Dart. They're only about a car length and a half between each other.
and that's just with the stage alone. We are this early in the season, but it is still very, very crucial.
What do you say about the right front?
We won't be able to have this.
It's taking more of a beating this time.
It's a little bit too soon to have, but it does give me an idea for next week. We'll have graphic of
I'm just thinking out loud. I gotta adjust for that.
you can understand more compact traffic that doesn't take up the entire.
Just letting you know I'm fighting tight right now.
Of course, the final positions. So very
Gotcha.
much in.
Well, again, you don't have to push. You got a 3+ second back. Now actually 4 seconds back.
Matter of where Michael Thorpe Jr. currently sits. He goes from
Yeah, I'm keeping it safe so I don't wobble and lose a bunch of time or something.
from 18th to 3rd, 6th, 7th, 9th in the.
Well, I get it. I don't want to get out of rhythm and whatnot. Absolutely understand.
But that is.
I just tried a new line right there through 1 and 2. I like that one.
Yeah, so
25 to go.
especially without close air. Not including the current race results. The current points are as
Travis Dart is taking Mike Thorpe's line.
Lynn is still first in points at 47. Chris Chavez Ezri is at 42 points. Tony Brent at 70 points. Correction, 40 points. Apologies. Hunter Carson at 38 points. Richard Fluger at 36. David McConnell at 36. Philip Chavez at 34 points. Brian Johnson at 33. Thorpe at 30. Travis Star, Jared Claude at 29 points. 27 points between Doug Pierce and Zachary Lovelace. 25 points between Moore and Duff. Jonathan Burt and Sam Siegel at 24 points. And so forth and so on. And that's just with the stage completion, keeping in mind. That's not including current points that are definitely out there. Which I see with the things being cooperative today. Oh, now it works.
All right, Thorpe got by Dart. Dart hit the wall.
Well,
So now we're talking 4.5 seconds up.
Do you see a Sam Siegel on track?
The outside wall. He has hung on to it already. Let's see if this will work.
Sam Siegel.
Oh my gosh, this actually might be working. Hold on a minute. This actually working.
Nope.
Sweet. Well, okay, not including stage points, I believe these are these are real-time points. Perfect. Again, these points do not include stage points. I don't know. I'm not sure if they'll be updated if I were to update the stage points as of now, but the current points tally does not include stage points. Not sure why Brian McCann is still being shown at 0, but Thorpe is at 56. It might be because it might be spreadsheet stuff that we have to sort out just a little bit. Otherwise, that still works. Unless you're Brian McCann, though. I'm not sure why he still has. He should be at 40 points. That's not including the stage, so technically he should be at 50 points, but we'll get that sort of for the next race. Trial and error with this new stuff from ATVO. They have recently added the ability to track championship points.
4.7 back, coming to lap 20. Or 20 to go.
So it's not exactly the most possible to calculate stage points as of right now in real time. But that will be sorted eventually in the future. Mostly just trying to keep track and make sure that the live points are actually correct. In the meantime, Thorpe has managed to break away a little bit from Zachary Lovelace. Travis Dart has not enjoyed the outside wall today. He's been having one too many a meeting, to say the least. I do wonder, I'm going to try something real quickly to see if I can get this to work in the meantime with the point standings.
Still gaining time off at 2 all the way down the back stretch, up to 5 seconds ahead now.
Yeah, for some reason, that was a real good 1 and 2. I probably used up too much tire.
Meantime, Travis Dart still within striking range a little bit of
just race management, sir. 5 seconds ahead. Coming to 17 to go.
More to happen between those two, but we'll see. Things have been wonderfully close.
He's got a lap down car right ahead of him that's actually running his same line. So he's in some dirty air right now.
As to why it wouldn't be going into these final 18 or so laps of this event.
Pretty sure I've been pulling on him too, right?
Of course, as always, presenting a challenge between.
Yeah, you are. You're over 5 seconds now.
And well, about 30 laps on. Ever since some of these drivers had last pit, 28 for some, 25 laps since William Duff had pit. He currently sits in the 9th place position in that number 17 machine.
Just no caution. No caution.
And Tony Brents, I think got a little bit of a connection issue. I would say
Right.
a little bit.
I'll take my
5.2
5-second
ahead.
lead for the win.
Side by side with Hunter Karsten and running nearly into the outside wall, but
Oh, yeah.
manages to hang on to it.
Caution comes out, you know they're going to be fighting for it.
I'll say 100% props, Jim. Under control there.
And it's going to be all push.
Imagine how much the challenge is. And in fact, let's ride on board Hunter Karsten in car.
.3 ahead now.
I don't know why I can't do that every time I wanted to, but that is fast.
Five and a half ahead now. There you go. 15 to go.
Oh, that's how challenging it is. Now, if that doesn't display, I don't know what else will. 14 laps to go for Brian McCann.
You're going to see the 88 in the rear view pretty soon. He is on freshies.
He's setting himself away from Zachary Lovelace by about
He pit on lap 101.
finish line. I'll say this: 0.2 of a second faster as Brian McCann.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
Michael Thorpe was 0.1 of a second faster than Lovelace.
What line is he running?
Second place
No, the guy that's going to pass me.
or the 88?
Lap down car.
He's on the bottom right now.
All right. But he's not going to blow my doors off, right?
Depending on how quick he catches you.
Yeah, I've been looking in my mirror.
McCann still continues to lead Hunter Karsten.
I see him now.
Under fire
What was that, Hunter?
from actually correction.
Yeah.
Tony Brent is a little bit under fire.
Yeah, right now he's up high. You're in the middle. Now he's joining you in the middle.
As of right now. Chavez has been on pit road for the last 20 or so minutes.
Six and a half back still to Mike Thorpe.
Nothing much to do right now except just hold your breath and wait.
10 to go this time by.
Usually is what happens. You just have to keep an eye on everything. Granted, there are still
Hopefully he doesn't get in front of me and like slow down.
anything can and most likely will happen depending
Right.
on what will be occurring here. If some of the drivers have sudden issues with handling or what else.
All right, he's going to the bottom. About 8 car lengths back. He's staying up high in 3 and 4. Now to the bottom. You have 7 seconds back to Thorpe. Don't worry about it. Fighting this guy. Just run your line. It's his responsibility on the newer tires to get around you.
definitely somebody missing from the updated points, unfortunately, so I'll have to see how things go with that. But 9 laps to go.
All right.
And 10 to go at the start-finish line. Lovelace has actually gotten back a little bit of that gap.
Got a half a car length back. He's on the bottom. He's throwing it in. Inside. Check up a second, Brian. There you go. Let him clear you. Good. Go. I didn't know what he was going to do.
Hey, man, good call.
There you go. Pick a line where he's not. Still 7 seconds ahead. 7 laps to go.
Seven, car number 8.
That's what he just did right there, tagging the wall. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen before.
Start finish.
Yeah.
500 of a second faster was Zachary Lovelace. Both of them hit the outside wall.
They're struggling back there.
Almost quite literally driving the tires off the cars.
Yeah. They've been nose to tail about the entire time, all the way through both rounds of pit stops.
See, as we ride on board, Lovelace is closing.
All right, take it to the inside. He's staying up high. Clear. Coming to 5 to go, Mr. McCann.
Lovelace is there to the inside.
Oh, they racing.
Only quote-unquote B for P2, but this 1 point could matter.
Yeah, they are.
Especially so early on in the season.
Every now and then the 33 will try to look to the inside. It's just nothing there.
Could come down to 1 point between.
Yeah, it was tough to pass. That's why I wanted to do that pit strategy.
Once we get into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
6.2 seconds, 6.3, 6.5 seconds. The gap continues to widen.
It's like you had to get to the outside
Field.
coming out of 4, going into 1 to be able to do a pretty clean pass.
2 of these drivers battling it out for the second place position with 4 laps to go at the start finish line.
Easy does it, sir. 7 seconds back.
I was spinning tires the entire exit of 4 there.
It's 1 and 2 midway. Our first Thorpe and Lovelace.
Yeah, don't need to push. Not at all. 3 to go.
See the gap here. There's McCann. And there are Thorpe and Lovelace. That, my friends, is a 7-second gap, give or take 2/10. Absolutely fantastic job by McCann. Would have thought it would have been Chris Chavez or Michael Thorpe, and while Thorpe is still running in the top 3, McCann is definitely showing dominance. Yeah, has done a wonderful job, not only on pit strategy, pitting on the same lap, and somehow managing to stay ahead of Thorpe, who is now currently under fire from Lovelace. Side by side, I saw the bobble on the inside. Lovelace thinks now that's 2 laps to go. Now it's the time to make the move. Side by side into turns 1 and 2 they go. Staggered side by side, give or take. Thorpe just running the outside lane. You can carry so much speed on the outside, and it proves to almost.
All right, Brian, coming to the white flag.
And of course, you see why I say it was almost.
Look at that. The car that ran you down and passed you before is now who's on your inside down low. How about that?
Brian McCann has taken the white flag, so this race is official. There are 2nd and 3rd. Brian McCann, enough praise cannot be said about the number 8 machine, or the Word 8, or however you want to refer to it as.
Inside.
One thing
Clear.
is for certain. After putting on a dominant run, 7.2 seconds.
And Brian McCann will win at Atlanta.
A winner.
Thank you. Good race.
FSR.
Whee!
Hi, Brian. Good run, 34.
In second place, just held off
I'll see if we can drift this.
Junior, third place, Zachary Lovelace.
8 seconds back, Brian. Hell yeah, man. Go you.
Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Ryan, did you stay out on?
What a wonderful job.
Yep.
By the 8 machine, who sends it drifting in turn 3 and 4, still controls the car and keeps it out the outside. I think he's just showing off at this point, honestly.
Good win, Brian. Good race, guys.
Well, he overshot the start-finish line by, I would say, about 200 feet. And the 8 machine, rightfully so, burns it down on the front straightaway, a little bit of a jaw and force. And we're taking a look at the finishing results momentarily.
Congrats on the win, Brian.
About to do that now while we have the chance. Oh, it's still cycling even through this. That is, well, highly unfortunate. Well, there we go.
Good job, sir. And pop goes the weasel.
Let's do the
No tech.
timing tower. We now have that, as McCann's engine has just decided to combust into flames. But, well, we don't have the full screen graphic, but we do have the timing tower, luckily. And if there's anything incorrect, well, I'll just, we'll see. But
I don't know if they do.
Second gap, but further 1 second from what I said when I was calling him to the finish. Brian McCann.
I don't know if they do post-race interviews or not.
Here at Atlanta, we get an interview with your top 3.
Oh, he did.
Momentarily, once we get everything updated in terms of points.
There you go.
Finishes in second place. Still a brilliant drive. Same goes for Zachary Lovelace.
I don't know where we're supposed to join. Oh, there it is.
Start finish
All right.
4th. Trey Jackson.
Well, thank you for spotting. Repeat 1985, correct?
In the 6th place position. Hunter Karsten, 7th place. Jeffrey Souza finishing 8th.
75.
75. Okay. Repeat 1975.
William Duff, Ryan Lynch running out the top 10.
I'll call you out.
Jonathan Burt finished.
All right, buddy. Congratulations yet again. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Brian Johnson.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Claude and Larry Griffin rounding out the top 15 with Corey Moore finishing in the 16th place position. Doug Pierce finishing 17th. The rest of the drivers all the way from 18th to 23rd were either sitting in pit.
Hey, man, good race.
Chosen to retire in that order. And so that is your finishing result for this event. We will be back momentarily. We're going to take a quick break, get some stuff updated in terms of the points, very crucially, especially.
Looked like y'all were racing back there.
And then we will be back with the interviews for your top 3 and to look at the schedule going into the rest of the season. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment.
Anything that happened to me? Only thing, I hit the wall early on. It's going to be this loud.
With the One Finger Gamer 2, what you see or what
Yep, it was early in the run. Thought I heard somebody say something.
Butt kicker. The future is feeling.
Hey, thank you. Good race.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to a front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service. You can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Both of my pit entries were, I don't think there's anything else to look at. No cautions. Clean race.
Well, it is time for the post-race results. So I say post-race results. We already showed the post-race results. It's time for post-race interviews, and we will be getting to the top three. And in the meantime, don't worry, because I will be updating the points on the back end while we go through finishing results. So I will go through and get everything done here in just a couple of moments' time. But man, oh man, a caution-free race. And what a race it was. Someone who had a relatively successful race, I would say, on the surface, at least. That would be one of the drivers with the number 30 involved in some way, shape, or form. And of course, that leads us to the third place finisher of Zachary Lovelace. And well, Zachary, as much as you were pushing for that second place position, the 33 finishing third, just to me, it feels quite appropriate.
It does feel right, doesn't it?
Oh man, a caution-free race as well, a few pit stops. My gosh, I still have just absolutely no words. So walk us through, of course, not only the qualifying for, at least for you, as well as just running throughout this entire race.
Yeah, I mean, in a race like this, you know, you got no resets, so you got to get it right the first time around. Strategy was just do what these fast guys are doing, more or less, you know, be off by a lap. Luckily, that worked out nicely. Nice even kind of thirds of the race there. And quali, I was just praying that I was sticking it somewhere near the front because I knew I needed some clear air early on, or I might get you know, stuck back there and just have trouble moving up and finding my own rhythm, I guess.
And of course, you did manage to find your rhythm, of course, and well, through the event as well. A lot of drivers were using a lot of different lines. Some of them stuck to about the same line, about the middle to the top groove of the track. So how are you with managing your? Well, I ask, how are you with managing your tires? I mean, it's obvious. You finished in sixth place or third place. I'm going through the points here, trying to make sure everything is updated. But the question is, how have you managed your tires throughout the event? Of course, it's more than just the throttle control, what lines you're running, and steering angle, but of course it's just all those combined at once, and no doubt at least a little bit stressful.
Oh, for sure. The whole time, you know, I'm sitting there sweating it, thinking I might have gone too early or I didn't go at all. I learned from the practice race a bit that, you know, you can't just sit back on the tires and expect them to last a lot longer. You need to use them a bit while they're still fresh. And so I felt like I brought that a little bit better this time. Obviously not as good as Brian out there, but just a lot of knowing when to push. A lot of the time I was just content following the 34 round. I knew that we were both pretty quick, and I didn't really want to waste a bunch of time and a bunch of tire trying to battle him until right at the last second there. And I think that helped a bit. But yeah, just kind of lucked into it, I guess. I don't know how else to say it, but I'm thrilled with this.
Before we go ahead and let you go celebrate your third place finish, next week we head to Motegi, a track that, of course, does have it's like a gateway, I would like to say. Just a little bit wider.
We go to that track?
You know, if I remember correctly, from Motegi, it's might be in Japan, I think. So,
heck yeah,
a wider gateway, but across the pond, if
I like that track. Don't get to run it much. I think I've only had like 2 or 3 races.
Gateway. So, what are your thoughts heading into that race for next week?
To be honest, I'm only really familiar with the road course there. Haven't run any of the oval yet. Just hoping that I can find, you know,
memory of
some
flat
of the
track
width to get some passing done and
real fast long straightaways, and then
before we go and let you go,
slow turn.
Anyone that you like to shout out that helps you get it done for that number 33?
Of course, my whole team, Texas Speed, and then the guys over at G-Force as well. Just great group of guys. They've been helping me so much here, and just hats off to them.
We go to the Red Bull.
Go ahead and let you go. Congratulations on your third place finish.
Thank you.
Sonoma,
is
yes.
Zachary Lovelace, the third place finisher.
Milwaukee
driver
Mile,
of
heck
the
yes.
number 33.
On the last track,
I continue
Richmond.
to update the points. Let's go ahead and
Playoffs.
throw up a couple laps here with the 34,
I'm hard to
Michael
beat at
Thorpe
that
Jr.,
track.
and as well as bring in the number 34,
Las Vegas.
Michael Thorpe Jr., who did a pretty
Phoenix.
fantastic
Marble.
job, so to speak. I would have to say, despite the fact that, I mean, I would say
So there's only two tracks
Brian
in the
McKinnon had
playoffs.
somehow, some
not
way
the
run
greatest
away
at.
at the final stint.
The other four,
Michael, you did a wonderful job, I would have to say. You were just up there consistent throughout the entire night, save for, of course, pit stops and the position shuffling through that. But regardless, you'd also managed to hold off Lovelace throughout all of that.
Good tracks on the season.
Thank you.
And of course, going into tonight's event, of course, we all know that it was the 2008 iteration of Atlanta. So, how were you with your tires?
At first on new tires, it was starting to get tight then, but I knew not to overdrive the car. I knew it was going to come to me, so I just let the car roll and lift it as much as possible and be patient. And it came to me, the tightness went.
Of course, with the green flag pit stops as well, did you think at some point that there would be any cautions whatsoever? I mean, everyone relatively and very fantastically had ran a
Sounded
clean
like his
race,
audio
but
cut out.
man, the pressure, of course, for pit entry as well to get that correct. Have you practiced your pit stops at all? Or at least the pit entry, more crucially.
Yeah, that's what happened. You lost him on audio. He's not talking.
Somehow we might have accidentally lost Michael Thorpe really quick. There we go. Now you're back.
Sorry.
That was on me. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Muted him.
But yeah, I'm telling you, the pit stops are actually, but I'm actually pretty impressed that everybody kept it straight. And this track is not easy, so props to everybody that's actually do that.
Of course, the challenges for this track definitely presented itself, but not enough to have anyone blow a tire, luckily. So heading into Motegi next week, it's the same question asked for Lovelace as well in the same description. I said it was basically just a gateway, but a little bit wider. So your thoughts?
Oh, if it's a gateway, it must be
for
a
next
track.
week.
So it is whatever.
Not a big fan of Motegi, but hey, a race is a race, so I'm always down. Throw down.
Well, before we go ahead and let you go, shout out who gets it done for you in that number 34.
My dad, TWRS, Glad,
Oh shoot, it's been a while since I've had to.
Autosport, Golden Guardian Autosport, and everybody that watches the streams. Hey, you guys, you are just audience. We plan to put on a show for you guys.
We're going to go ahead and let you go celebrate that well-deserved second place finish. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
That is Michael. On to the driver who somehow, I guess, bolted on the new set of tires while he was still driving the final laps of the race. Brian McCann, you had set a somehow blistering pace, and then you did it again a bunch of times, heading out throughout the final few laps. What a run is all I really have to say, but absolutely impressive. I'm pretty sure you practiced the track, of course, but man, I've never seen anyone run away with the lead like that.
Yeah, thank you. I heard Michael talking about the setup, and that was what we had to learn because at first it was a little tight, and I think it was on lap 5 or whatever. I hit the wall and fell back, so I was like, "Oh, that's not good." But the setup was tight at first, and then it got loose as we went on. So learning that how it progressed through the run, the next time I come out, it was a little bit easier to do, but very interesting race and very fun race.
That was a lot of fun too, especially going caution free, where you were considering how things were going already with, say, 10 laps to go. Did the thought cross your mind of, gosh, I hope there isn't a caution at all in those final 10 laps?
Oh, definitely. When I had the lead there, caution comes out, we're stacked back up, and everybody wants to win at that point in the last 2 laps or whenever the caution came out. And so, yeah, I was rooting for no caution there. But it if it was, we was going to go get tires and fight it out. So luckily it didn't happen.
And luckily that wasn't the case. Luckily we're in the alternate reality where that didn't happen. So moving on into the next couple of races, I believe, let me double check really quickly because I'm pretty sure that you are, actually, no, you are so not planning to be part-time at least. So hanging the next week, your thoughts going into I nearly almost said Gateway. That's maybe I shouldn't have equated Motegi to just a wider gateway because now I'm starting to call it gateway. But your thoughts hanging into that oval for next week with just I think about what 7 lanes, 7 car widths of space, if not 10.
Yeah, I love that track. I love flat tracks. I love Gateway. I think it's Milwaukee Mile, Twin Motegi. I've only raced it, oh man, maybe just a handful of times. But I really enjoy the racing there. It seems like there's a couple different lines you can do, and the really long straightaways and slow corner really can make it interesting sometimes.
Before we go ahead and let you go celebrate your race win, shout out who gets it done for you in that number 8 machine.
Yeah, shout out to my family, my spotter tonight, Repeat 1975 on social medias, and you for doing the broadcast, league admins for doing the behind the scenes work, race control for keeping an eye on us, and everybody watching tonight, and drivers as well. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your time, of course, and we hope to talk to you again next week.
We see y'all tomorrow night at Indy. Later.